So the Premier League 2025 to 2026 season is just around the corner, and it's been an exciting 3 months of waiting. But the wait is now over. Manchester United fans will start to cry every weekend once again. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be pretty interesting. But before the season starts proper, just like we always do, we are going to give our predictions ahead of the campaign. What we think will happen. Don't take this video too seriously. I mean, we are just giving our own thoughts, and you can also have your own thoughts as well, which we would like to see in the comment section below. But without wasting much time, I'll leave Victor and Max to give us some very weird answers as usual. And the first question is for you, Victor. Which three signings that have been made so far, or do you think will still happen potentially, would end up as the best bargain buys of the campaign?
Yeah, I'm going with the ones that have been confirmed already, and I think, for
Yeah.
instance, Colin Kelleher will do brilliantly for Brentford. I think he has shown time and again at Liverpool that he has more than enough quality to be a starting 11 keeper for almost any club. And I'm genuinely glad he's getting this chance now. Another one that I think will surprise a lot of people is Maxim de Kuyper for Brighton. He had some amazing numbers last season. Okay, maybe not so much for the defensive side of things, especially with him being a fullback, but I don't think that's what Brighton got him for anyway. He's coming into his peak years right now. He's turning 25 in December, and the fee was around 17 million pounds. So, what more can you ask for, right? And the third one is Igor Jesus to Forest from Botafogo. Um, Forest are playing in Europe as well this season, so I think you'll be getting plenty of chances to make people think 10 million pounds was a bargain.
Mm, fair enough. And Max, your answers, and please do not say Sheshko.
Yeah.
That's not a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with Cherky from Man City. I mean, obviously, signing this type of player for 30 mil is a great business for the team. He's a versatile player, and Pep loves this type of players, and he already shown it that he's doing pretty much well at Club World Cup at least. I mean, the second guy is a bit not so cheap, but Gyökeres for 63 mil is probably, for me at least, underpriced on the market at least, because you see Sheshko signed well above and Ekitike as well, but he's a proven striker that scores a lot of goals at these recent seasons. And on number one spot I have Frimpong for 30 mil to Liverpool. I mean, this is a world-class defender. He shown it at Bayer, and also he already shown that he's doing pretty well at Liverpool. Yeah, obviously they lost to Crystal Palace, but he was probably the brightest shine at the team.
You had a
Okay.
higher line for what you call a bargain than I do, because I was thinking of putting Frimpong in as well.
Hmm. Anyways, fair enough. And here's the question. I expect to see some very funny answers. But without wasting much time, Victor, name your top three favorites to win the Golden Boot.
A Golden Boot, I think Salah is the favorite. Again, I don't see Gyökeres putting in much of a fight, but I'm hoping to see a good season from Chris Wood. And yeah, let's say Sheshko. Let's make Max happy.
Then, okay. Stranger things have happened. Over to you, Max. Your top three favorite.
Even I don't put Sheshko in top 3, and that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, my number one pick is obviously Haaland. And probably I can agree with Salah, but probably he'll be a bit below. And also, I'm pretty much sure that Gyökeres is gonna score above 20, maybe even 25, so he can probably sneak into this conversation as well.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, the only thing I would only say is I don't think he's a favorite to win uh, the Golden Boot in any way, but I think Yao Pedro It's going to surprise a lot of people with the amount of goals he will score. Yao Pedro for Chelsea. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. But anyways, moving forward, Victor, your top three favorites to win the Premier League.
Liverpool, City, and Villa.
Nah, you're taking the piss. Villa.
I'm. I just have a sneaky suspicion they have a fairly easy start to the season. Like the first 10 match days or so are pretty accessible for them. They're not playing in the Champions League, which is they're playing Europa League, which is a bit less demanding. And at the same time, I still expect to see a couple of smart signings from them this summer. So I'm not saying they'll be there all the way until May, but I do have a sneaky suspicion about them.
Okay, fair enough. Max, your answer to the same question.
I have Man City at number one and Chelsea on number two. And I remember I already said that for some reason I feel like they can probably take a long fight for the title and probably even win that. And on number three spot I have Liverpool, obviously because they have pretty much great squad. But I still feel like okay, if they sign a central defender, at least one or maybe two, and another striker, or probably even winger, they could climb at number two or probably even number one for me. But currently, with current roster, I have them on number three.
Fair enough. And away from the top of the table, let's go to the bottom end of the table. Victor, who are your likely relegation candidates, and who do you think is the first manager that would be sacked?
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yeah, the world famous sack race. That's going to be interesting. For relegation candidates, I'm looking very, very hard at West Ham, at Burnley, and at Wolves. I think these three have been less than satisfactorily, and especially West Ham and Wolves last season in the Prem, they were quite poor. They were a bit lucky, I find, and Burnley, they haven't done enough in the transfer market for my taste, at least. As for the sack race, Max, cover your ears. I think it's Ruben Amorim.
Max, your answer to the same question.
I have two different teams actually. I have Burnley as well because they took poor business, as you mentioned, and also they lost their best keeper that saved them a lot last season. Also have Leeds because they also do quite strange business. They're signing players that are not capable of playing in Prem for my reasons at least. And also have Brentford here because I see them losing Burmo and also they're probably gonna lose Wissa. They lost their captain and also a manager, and if they're not starting good, they're probably gonna fight for the relegation. And about second, I feel like Farke is the main candidate because he was already mentioned to be sacked before the season even, and also Kate Andrews, as I expect Brentford to do pretty much bad, and he's also just appointed, never been a top tier manager, so he's probably also could be sacked.
Fair enough. And Victor, your early top four pick.
Liverpool, City, Villa, and Spurs. Um,
It's the
yeah,
worst top four pick
I
I've seen.
I think I think that's the top four. It could be Arsenal makes it in there and Villa or Spurs out, but yeah, these four.
Max, your top four pick.
I mean, number one is City, second, as I mentioned, Chelsea, third, Liverpool, and the fourth one, probably Arsenal or maybe United.
What a joke. Yeah, fair enough. And
I
just
think
on the
Villa
final
has a better chance at the title.
Actually,
just on
yeah,
the final note, yeah. Yeah, so just on the final note before we wrap up this video, Victor, what are your bold predictions in any regard for the new Premier League season? Your bold takes.
Man United are not making the top 10, and if they are, it's going to be an extremely close call. And
But
Newcastle are not qualifying for Europe this season.
I mean, the United one is actually not bold. To be fair, I mean, it's not it's not so bold. But yeah, I
Okay,
hear you.
fair,
It's
fair,
a
fair.
bold one actually, given the new signings. It's actually a bold one. But
Let,
yeah,
let me let me say this then. Gyökeres is not scoring more than 12.
mhm. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. And over to you, Max. Your bold predictions for the season.
I have quite a lot of them, but I'd probably go with United finishing above Arsenal, as I mentioned with you in the conversation. And also, probably I'm going to say that Sheshko is going to score more than Ekitike. But probably this is not really a bold one, but let's say this.
Fair enough. Well, the only bold thing I'm going to say is United front three combined would not score up to 20 goals. United front three combined will not score up to 20 goals. Cunha, Umbuemo, and Shesko. I mean,
In that
consider
case, they'll
that.
be
Man,
relegated
they're
because
scoring
who
at least
scored?
40 in total.
I mean, Umbuemo will be gone for about 4 weeks anyway. So I'm more than certain that three of them combined
Yeah, so you
will not
expect
score.
Bruno to score 40 this season?
What?
Yeah, otherwise, if they're not relegated, then Bruno have to score at least 40 goals, yeah? In your mind.
No chance United are getting 40 penalties. But yeah, that's my bold pick. And I also, it's not really bold, but I think Ruben Amorim will be sacked either by Christmas or before the end of the season. I think he's going to be sacked either by Christmas or before the season ends. I think he's going to
How
be
can you
sacked.
expect manager to be sacked if he's gonna be leading the league throughout all season?
Maybe the fantasy league or something, but yeah, I don't think it's the Premier
Leonard,
League.
you're telling me I'm taking the piss with Villa as title challengers.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyways, that's all we have in our season predictions. The season is going to be an exciting one. Clubs look serious once again. Even Manchester United signed a new front trio, so there are no excuses for any side actually this season. And of course, when the season starts proper, we'll be sure to discuss all the best results, give you all the best match previews and predictions as they come.